I am in the frame here. So, here's what I mentioned first. I wanted to do a cycle update. Today is December 5th, Wednesday. I had my lining check appointment for my FET on Monday. I'm sorry, I'm like so congested and sick. It's gross. But anyways, and my lining looked perfect. They did some blood work, and I got a call yesterday that all that blood work came back perfect and in line. So I was okay to start my Prometrium today. And I take my estradiol back to twice a day because I've been on that pretty much the whole time. But yeah, so everything looks good, and they said we are good to go for the transfer on December 10th. And I will do my beta blood draw on the 19th of December. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? With the FET, it's not a whole lot because I don't go to the doctor a whole lot. There's not a whole lot involved. Again, we're going to put back 2 embryos again. I'm hoping we don't have the same issue when they thaw them, because last time when they thawed them, the way they did it is most of them are in vials of 2, and then I believe they did 2 or 3 that were single that they froze by themselves. So they thawed a vial of 2, but only 1 of those 2 made it. So then they thawed a vial of 1. So I still have vials of 2, which is what they're going to do. So, but I'm hoping that that they will thaw, when they thaw the vial of 2, that they will both survive, and we won't have to, I don't want to say waste, because the other one didn't survive because it probably wasn't a healthy embryo. But yeah, so that's my hope. I wanted to show you guys my meds, and what I wanted to say is, and this is just kind of like a tip that I've, I guess, learned along the way, is that, sorry, the TV's on. So when I did my IVF, and when I did my first FET, I went through a pharmacy called the Apothecary Shops. I don't know if they're nationwide, or if it's just a local thing here in Arizona, or what, the western states, I'm not sure. But that's where that's where they called in my prescriptions, so that's just where I went, because I was getting like Follistim. Well, with my IVF, I got Follistim, and then even with, basically, it's a specialty pharmacy, so they have the fertility drug. So I just assumed, because there's only like 3 or 4 throughout the whole state of Arizona, of these apothecary shops, I just assumed that that was the only place that you could probably get those meds, unless you were going to do like a mail order thing, and then there's obviously a lot more options. So, but the way that my clinic does it is they have you get the meds like right before you actually need them, just so you don't waste money. You can order them online if that's what you want to do, but then if you don't end up needing them, or something happens and the cycle doesn't go through, or whatever the case is, then you've wasted that money on those meds, and you may eventually use them, but that's just not something that my clinic tries to avoid unless the patient is really adamant. So, what I'm not, I do whatever they say. So, anyways, back to my story. So, the Apothecary, I used them, like I said, with my Fresh, and then with my FET. Well, with my FET, it was obviously significantly less, and I was okay with that. It was like $89 when I got my meds. So then when I started looking over my meds, I noticed that for the Prometrium, they charged me $40 was my copay. And so I was a little curious, because all these other meds were 25 or 10 or even less, because there was only a couple of pills. So when I asked them, it was because they were out of the generic of the Prometrium, and so they gave me the the name brand, so that's why it was a lot more. Otherwise it only would have been like $10. So going into it, I was like, okay, so next time, I told them I only want generic. If they don't have generic, they need to tell me so I can go to try another pharmacy. So they were okay. So I just assumed this time around, basically I paid $89, so I figured minus about $30, so it'd be about $59, which is still awesome. This is, really great coverage. Hold on, sorry, my nose is running. Sorry, I know this is really gross, but my nose is running like crazy. So yeah. So when I went for my lining check, I asked them about my meds, because I hadn't heard anything in a while, and they were like, oh, we already called them in. It's called the Compounding Center. So now I was like, well, what happened to the Apothecary? Which they actually changed their name. Now they're Avella. But it's the same business or company or whatever. So she's like, no, you're going to go to the Compounding Center. We have better customer service. It just seems quicker. Okay, no big deal. So the Compounding Center calls me and tells me all my prescriptions are ready, which it's 5 of them. Now I'm going to show you guys just in case you're curious. So I get there and I'm thinking again it's gonna be like about 60 bucks. It was only $32. I was so excited. They gave me generics of everything. They the Crenone I have to take. It was only $25 for 2 boxes of each one has 15. So I got 2 boxes of 15, so 30 applicators. I'll show you what they are so you can understand. But I got 30 of them for $25. Well, this time there was some coupon that they had, and they applied it for me. So I got it for free, and they actually gave me 4 boxes of the 15 for free. Like, so I was just amazed, and they were really nice people. They were really sweet girls that worked in there. So my tip for you is, had they not switched, I would have never even known that there was another pharmacy that would have fertility meds. I thought the Apothecary was the only one because that's just what they used. So I could have been using the compounding center all this time, and I might have possibly saved even more money. So that's my first tip: is don't necessarily, if you feel, or even if you don't feel, you might want to check around different pharmacies, like specialty pharmacies, to see if there are others out there, and maybe have them price the medication. It might be a hassle. Excuse me. But if it could save you money in the long run, especially for those of you that do have to pay cash for your TTC, IVF, and FET stuff, it's definitely, I think, worth a phone call, if nothing else. Second is always make sure that they give you generic, because obviously, with my past experience, if they don't have generic and they gave me the name brand, and I had no clue until I got home, and I wasted $40 for something I could have gotten for $10. That's tip number 2. Third tip is check whatever medications you're taking, whatever the names are. Check online or Google and see if there's coupons, or ask your doctor, because like I said, I don't know if the doctor gave it or if the pharmacy gave it, and that might be something too. But I went online and I was able to see where they got that $30 coupon, because I asked if it's something they would apply if I continue to need the Crenone. I don't know how long they make me take that for. If I'll have to take it until I hit like the 10 or 11 week mark, like I did with when I was pregnant with Lily. I'm not sure. But yeah, so those are basically my 3 tips. Check for other specialty pharmacies. Don't just automatically go to the one that your clinic recommends to price the medication. Make sure everything is generic before you pick it up, because once you pick it up, they won't exchange it. And check for coupons, whether through your doctor, pharmacy, or online for that particular medicine, because that can save you money. Because I found the coupon for the Crenone, and I printed one off, or I got one. So if they don't apply it next time, I'm going to see if they'll let me use it. I don't know if it's a one-time deal, but it's worth a shot. I mean, if it saves me another $30 basically, I will take it. But yeah, so those are my little tips. I was just going to show you guys my meds. They're nothing exciting. Most of them, I'm sure if you've done TTC, you've probably seen or heard of most of them, but with an FET, mostly this is for Melissa, because she is going to be doing winter. She might not even take as many meds as I do, because I have the PCOS and she doesn't. I think they only have male factor. And I know I think she said she was on the Crenone this last time she did her fresh cycle. Like I said, she's probably seen most of this, but just to give you an idea of what you need, because it's really only, I only got 6 medications, I guess, if you include the estrogen, or the estradiol, because I've been on that. But yeah, so they gave me the Prometrium. Oh, I guess I can show you guys. It's just the name. But the bottles are nothing fancy. But yeah, so there's the little Prometrium, the little yellow. Hopefully you guys can see that. The little yellow things that you have to take 3 times a day, vaginally. Like I said, a lot of this didn't start till today. I have the methylprednisolone. I can cover my last name. It's that. And the pills look like this. Little white pill. And an easy take. I believe this is the antibiotic. Sorry, I'm trying to read the directions. I believe this is the antibiotic for the leading up to the transfer. And then I have, you know what, I'm not really sure what this is. You know what, I'll have to look at my paper. Because this is the antibiotic, the azithromycin. And these pills, there's 4 of them, and they look like this. And I take them 2 the night before the transfer, and 2 the morning of the transfer. And then I have a, they call it diazepam, which is a generic of Valium. So, it's 1 little Valium pill. Oh my gosh, my nose, guys. And then the Crenone, which is progesterone gel, 8%. So each box, these are for vaginal use. Each box contains 15, but they're single use. I can open one, I don't care. I'll end up using them anyways. And it looks like this. And basically, the way it works is you take it and you're supposed to like shake it like down to get the cream down, you know, as far down as you can. And then you just twist this off, this little piece. You stick it in, and then you like squeeze this part, it's like puffed out. You squeeze it, and the gel comes out. And it goes into your vagina. So, yeah, fun stuff. So, and like I said, last time I only got 2 boxes. And I ended up with like 3 extra just because they told me basically I wasn't pregnant anymore. But this time they gave me 4, which is nice, because then even if I do have to continue, I basically have, because they give you, you don't start the Crenone, until, I believe it's the day after your transfer, I think, is when you start this. It's either the night of or the day after your transfer. I have a paper that has all of this, so I guess I could have got that, but whatever. So basically, I have 2 months supply, so I have more than enough to get me through, and it has refills. Like I said, if I get the $30 coupon again, then it's free, so there you go. But yeah, that's all of my meds. Like I said, right now, the only thing I'm taking is the Prometrium and the estradiol until it gets closer to my transfer. But yeah, so I guess I'll wrap this up. I'm gonna be doing some stuff around the house, and we're gonna go do like a Christmas festival they have here every year. It's like an annual thing. We're gonna do that this weekend. So we're just gonna try to do stuff to keep me busy. And I can't believe in 5 days is my transfer. So basically, I only have 4 more days, because on the 5th day they would do the transfer on the 10th. So I will do an update probably after the transfer and give you guys a little update of what's going on. And then after that, yeah, I'll just, I guess, kind of keep in touch. I'm not sure if I'm going to, test before my beta or not, just because of what happened to me last time. So we shall see. I might cave and do it the day of or the day before. But I don't know. I haven't really decided. I don't have any pregnancy tests now, and they're so dang expensive. I don't know if I want to waste the money. So, yeah. But I will talk to you ladies later. Bye.